In a quiet town, a young boy named Leon lives a second life, carrying countless memories from his previous existence. In that life, he had a sick sister named Saya, the only family he ever had. She always told him to live freely and stay happy. Those words became her final message before she passed away. Not long after her death, Leon was admitted to a hospital, where doctors diagnosed him with the same illness. Thus, his sister's last wish remained unfulfilled, and he took his final breath. The story restarts in his second life. A gentle woman named Millie wakes him from sleep and brings him breakfast. Each time Leon looks at himself, he realizes that all his past life memories remain intact. He notices how devoted Millie is to him. He understands that she raised him and treats him exactly like a mother. He is an illegitimate child. He is not allowed to go outside. He is not even allowed to read at night. Millie serves him tirelessly. 8 years pass in isolation. He knows nothing about the world. He learns only through the secret books she sneaks in and through their quiet conversations. He hopes the knowledge from his past life will be useful. He feels grateful that he can at least enjoy comfort in this new life. Lost in thought, Leon draws Millie's concern. He quickly denies thinking about anything. She reassures him that she will always stay by his side. That day is special. Suddenly, his older sister Claire calls out to him. She hugs him warmly. He tries to remind her that he is still eating breakfast. She scolds him playfully and checks on his health. He tells her he has been studying. Leon realizes Claire is his half-sister. He remembers first meeting her when he was 6. He recalls hearing a girl cry while he was hiding from Millie. The sound reminds him of Saya, and he cannot ignore it. He approaches Claire and asks what happened. He notices a mark near her leg and feels deep concern. She becomes serious and asks for help. He washes her wound carefully. Water stains her clothes, but she does not care. She thanks him and introduces herself. When she hears his name, she freezes. She realizes he is her younger brother. Leon stands shocked. They talk about their first meeting. Claire feels happy knowing he remembered her. He explains that her injury would have been scarred without treatment. She grows impressed by his knowledge. She starts visiting him more often. She reassures him that their mother will not find out because she is busy searching for a fiancé. Claire confesses that if she could choose, she would choose Leon. He stands stunned. She explains her arranged meeting with a man 30 years older. Leon feels helpless. He wishes she could live freely. A week later, Claire returns in fear. She warns that everyone might die. She explains that a strange illness is spreading. People are suffering from high fevers. The government plans to exile anyone who is infected. Leon immediately realizes how dangerous this is. He asks whether there are rashes or diarrhea. Claire denies those symptoms. Leon begins to suspect it is the flu. She asks how he knows so much about this. Leon explains that most people can recover with proper rest and sufficient nutrition. Claire feels she must go to her father's house and urges Leon to come with her. He refuses. He fears that Millie will be punished if others discover his knowledge. He tells her to warn her father and protect the infected. Millie worries whether Claire can really succeed. Leon believes it will work better if he explains everything himself. Millie reminds him that she will always stay with him. She promises to accept any punishment as long as she does the right thing for his sake. Leon realizes that Millie is the only one he truly trusts in this world. She is like a mother to him. He finally asks permission to be selfish and go with Claire. Millie realizes she raised him well. Claire confronts her father. He explains his duty to protect the public. Leon arrives suddenly. His father recognizes him. He accuses Leon of teaching strange ideas. Leon confirms everything and identifies the illness as a mild flu. His father questions how he knows this. Leon insists that proper care can save most lives. His father takes his words seriously and realizes that someone will have to take care of those people in the end. Millie steps forward and offers to nurse the infected. Leon is shocked. She explains that she is doing this to help him. His father warns her about the danger. Millie places her full trust in Leon. His father finally agrees and tells Leon they will talk later. Millie leaves. Leon insists on joining her. Millie stops him. She asks if he still has important matters. Claire collapses in guilt. Leon reassures her. She asks to help. He refuses because her stepmother would cause trouble. She begs for any task. He asks her to always smile. He helps her because seeing her sad is unbearable. As long as she stays happy, that alone is enough. She is surprised, promises to always remain happy, and thanks him deeply. Time passes. Leon's father cuts contact between him and Millie. Claire visits Leon and apologizes. He denies blame. Both he and Millie were prepared for everything. Claire laments separating a mother from her son. Leon is surprised and learns the truth. Millie is, in fact, his biological mother. He realizes everyone knew this except him. He remembers Millie never calling herself his mother. Claire reassures him that her mother did mind Millie raising her little brother. Leon is shocked, but remembers Millie's promise to always stay by his side. Claire apologizes for her mistake, but Leon insists it was no one's fault but his own. Millie's words echo in his mind. Leon vows that, had he known the truth earlier, he would have helped his sister immediately. He regrets never asking about Millie's hometown. Claire tells him she knows where Millie is. Hope rises. She warns it may be difficult. Leon feels there is nothing left here without Millie. Claire promises to help. Claire reveals her upcoming blind date. She explains she cannot avoid marriage forever. She assures him she will not be forced to marry until she turns 12. Leon realizes she only has 2 years. He wonders how to save her. He offers to do anything. She moves closer and hints at making him her first experience. Leon panics and apologizes. She insists she prefers him over a stranger. He reminds her he is only 8. She calls it bridal training. He stops her. He tells her to stay composed. He reminds her they face many problems. Hearing his words, Claire feels that he is truly sensible. A month passes. Claire visits him with a gift. It is his birthday. Leon remembers Millie and feels pain. He thanks Claire and hugs her. She warns someone might see. He apologizes. He asks about the gift. She calls a girl named Alice. Leon is shocked. Claire introduces her as a slave given to him as a gift. Leon stands stunned. Leon is startled by her words and asks what she means by a slave and why he would need one. Claire assures him that he can learn many things from such a young and beautiful slave. Leon grows even more confused and asks her to explain. She then reveals that the girl is actually an elf. Even though she looks young, she has lived for a very long time. She is skilled in spiritual magic and should already possess the basic knowledge he wants. She insists that it would be better for him to learn many things from her guidance. Leon realizes that his sister likely gave him this slave because she knew he was forbidden from reading books. He also knows he is not comfortable with the idea of owning a slave. He thanks her for the gift and calls her the best sister in the world. Claire reassures him. She has permission from everyone and told them it will help him gain experience. The maids are informed, so there's nothing to worry about. Leon feels even more bewildered. She then adds that the slave can also be ordered to serve specific purposes. Leon is deeply shocked and immediately says he would never do such a thing. She realizes there is no way to resolve the situation. He thanks her, and they both head to their homes. Later, when Leon is alone with Alice, he feels awkward and does not know how to address her. He recalls Marie saying she would change the sheets tomorrow and telling him not to worry. He looks at Alice properly for the first time. Her deep blue eyes and cherry-colored hair strike him as beautiful. He notices that he had never clearly seen her face before. He stares at her ears and recognizes that she is an elf. She suddenly calls out to him, making him jolt in surprise. She asks why he is so quiet. He explains that he is nervous because there is a girl in his room after a long time. She admits she is nervous, believing tonight will be her first experience with him. She says she is already prepared. She asks him about himself. His eyes widen in disbelief. She tells him to stay calm and listen. She moves closer, but he stops her. He insists they are not doing anything like that. She insists that she will stay with him tonight. Leon panics and asks what Claire told her. Alice explains that Claire said Leon would demand all kinds of things from her every night and that he badly needed her. Leon is stunned and stops her immediately. He says he has no interest in such things and that there is no need for her to do any of that. Alice looks at him in confusion and asks what it really means. He steps back and explains that he only wants her to teach him about things like magic and other knowledge. She is shocked. She realizes she created a huge misunderstanding. She starts laughing at herself. Leon asks her more about herself. She introduces herself and they begin to talk. During the conversation, he asks how she became a slave. She calmly tells him her story. She says curiosity has been part of her nature since childhood. Over time, she became interested in human settlements. When she became an adult, she left her village. The people she met tricked her. Because of that, she deeply regretted trusting humans. Leon listens quietly and feels sad for her. He then tells her that he is setting her free. He tells her she should live her life freely. Alice feels happy when she hears this. She tells him that it is not an option for her. Leon looks confused. She shows him a strange mark on her chest. She explains that it is a seal carved into her body under the slave contract. It prevents her from defying her master's orders. Any resistance causes intense pain. The seal has also blocked her spiritual magic. Even if she tried to run, she would not survive alone. Leon realizes that she has no choice but to stay with him, even if she does not want to. She adds that she cannot remove the seal either. Leon feels helpless. Then she tells him that, despite everything, she actually wants to stay with him because it all feels strangely interesting. She admits that she once made a mistake and learned to be cautious around humans. Now she feels ready to trust him. Leon understands the weight of her feelings. He feels that if she is willing to stay, then everything will be fine. To protect her, he gently bites her neck, leaving a mark. She is shocked. He explains that it is a hickey and that it is so the guards will not suspect they did not spend the night together. She asks why he spoke of freeing her earlier if he planned to do this. He tells her that he only wants her to be happy. She is stunned and cannot understand his thinking. She wonders if this is some kind of offer. He reassures her that she is misunderstanding. He explains that he once promised someone very important to him that he would live happily, and that is why he now wants everyone around him to be happy as well. Alice feels a strange sense of coincidence. She realizes she once made the same promise to someone close to her. She tells him that no matter what happens, they will both always be happy. Leon smiles and accepts her words. Days later, while bathing, Leon realizes that this marks the beginning of his life with Alice. He feels anxious, but curious about what the future holds. As he thinks, Alice enters the bathroom and apologizes for interrupting. Cheerfully, she asks if she can join him and reminds him that she will wash his back. She starts helping him bathe, carefully checking the water temperature and washing him gently. As time passes, the tension between them gradually eases. The next morning, Leon opened his eyes and was startled to see Alice beside him. Mary entered, equally surprised. Leon quickly reassured her that it was not what it seemed. Alice explained she had asked Mary to wake them early. After a moment, Mary composed herself and informed him that the head was calling. Leon hurried to his father, who informed him that his fiancée had been chosen. She belonged to the Spiels family, which governed the territory west of their lands. Leon was taken aback. His father explained that the engagement was with Lady Sophia, a girl of 7 years. Leon was astonished, realizing she was 3 years younger than him, and briefly considered the impossibility of refusing. His father assured him that refusal was not an option, and that the arrangement was not a bad one. Suddenly, another boy entered, addressing the head as father. Leon realizes that the boy is his half-brother. The boy refuses to be called his brother, insisting that he is the son of a concubine. Leon notes the stark contrast between himself and Clare, recognizing the boy as his half-brother, 4 years his senior. He then asks if he may make a request in exchange for accepting the engagement. The half-brother jeers, but their father intervenes, encouraging him to speak. Leon states that he wishes to visit the Spiels family before the marriage to understand more about the girl he might be engaged to. His father consents and promises to arrange a meeting. Leon thanks them and prepares to depart, thinking about his sister and Alice. He enters Spiels territory, immediately struck by its rural charm, surrounded by nature. Upon arrival, he introduces himself as the second son of the Grancious family and thanks them for accepting his request. Count Carlos of Spiels welcomes him warmly and introduces his wife, Elise. Leon looks for Lady Sophia, and Carlos explains that she is shy. When she heard about his visit, she hid in her room. Carlos offers to have the butler, Regis, guide him directly to her. As they walk, Leon hesitantly asks Regis if Sophia might oppose the marriage. Regis calmly notes that the question suggests Leon may already anticipate her answer. Leon admits that the idea of being engaged to someone he has never met is unsettling, especially since she is only 7. Regis acknowledges his thoughtfulness for his age. Leon confirms that despite the circumstances, he wished to meet her first, believing it important to understand each other. They arrive at Lady Sophia's room. Leon knocks, announces their entry, and is met with a visibly startled girl. Leon greets her warmly and introduces himself, asking permission to converse for a while. Sitting together, Leon asks if she likes sweets. Sophia reacts with surprise as Regis places pudding before her. Leon encourages her to taste it. She does and is delighted by the sweetness, asking if he made it. Leon confirms he brought it for her, simply feeling she would enjoy it. Regis then informs Leon that Sophia has a blessing allowing her to read others' emotions. Leon is surprised but not intimidated. Sophia explains that many who learned of her blessing were frightened, making her wary of adults despite her young age. Leon reassures her that she need not worry about those who are scared, and should focus on getting along with those unafraid. Sophia is struck by his kindness, noting it is the first time someone has said such words to her. She senses the gentleness in his heart. Leon remarks that she reminds him of his younger sister, which makes it impossible for him to leave her uncared for. Sophia asks if he has a sister. Leon admits that if he did, she would have been like her, though he cannot tell her about his previous life. Sophia asks if she can call him by his name, and he encourages her to do so freely. They share stories about themselves, including their siblings, and Leon learns that her brother is a knight. As Leon prepares to depart, Sophia pleads for him to stay, but he knows he cannot, as others would not allow it. Sophia, reading his thoughts, expresses joy that he wanted to stay, yet accepts his need to leave. She promises to wait for his return, and Leon vows he will come again. As soon as Leon reaches home, Mary rushes in and tells him that Alice has been taken away. The news strikes him with urgency and alarm. Leon hears the news and freezes in shock. He asks Mary who kidnapped her, and she quickly suspects his half-brother. She explains that he had come earlier, and it seems his true target was Alice all along. She reminds him that the most important thing right now is to find where Alice is. At the same time, she warns that going against his brother will have consequences. Leon understands. Before leaving, he tells her that when the time comes, she should also speak to Clare, as she will listen. She assures him he can track them by following the carriage route. Leon leaves immediately. He suddenly hears his brother and Alice talking. His brother is rude and forceful, insisting she obey him. Alice explains that she is only Leon's slave. He mocks her and keeps pushing, but she refuses to follow his orders. He raises his hand in anger. Leon rushes in and rescues her. Alice stares at him in shock. Leon reassures her and steps forward to confront his brother. His brother demands to know what he is doing there. Leon calmly turns the question back on him, asking what he planned by bringing Alice here. His brother openly admits that he intends to make her his woman. Leon snaps and firmly states that she is his slave. Even though they are stepbrothers, he will never let him touch her. His brother smirks and threatens to report him to their mother to disgrace him. Leon realizes his brother is vicious and that any complaint against him would likely be ignored. He steels himself, prepared to accept punishment, and fears that Alice might truly be taken away from him. His brother asks why he will not simply obey. Leon looks at Alice and urgently asks if she trusts him. His brother storms off in rage. Leon apologizes and firmly repeats that she is his slave, calling him brother, which irritates him. He grabs Alice from behind and presses against her, bragging that he has been training her every night. He adds that if both of them sleep with her, they would no longer be stepbrothers but brothers sharing the same woman. He taunts him by calling him the younger brother in this matter. His brother grows even angrier, declares he will never sleep with a woman Leon has already slept with, and storms away. Alice clings to Leon's neck in fear. He checks that she is all right, scolds her for acting recklessly, and warns her never to do so again. He reminds her that if his brother had a weapon, she might not have survived. She admits he is right. She also reminds him that he wants to live happily, so he should value his own life. He hugs her tightly. He admits he rushed in without thinking because he cannot stand the idea of sacrificing her. He promises he will never abandon her to save himself. He says he could never be happy without her and vows to protect her with all his strength. Alice believes him and promises to protect him for their happiness. He agrees that they will protect each other. He considers their situation and realizes his brother might spread half-truths. He prepares for the worst and fears that Caroline could turn against them. If that happens, there will be no room for discussion and he cannot rely on Clare either. The only person left to appeal to is their father. Leon decides to meet him immediately. When he arrives, his father asks why he came. Leon requests to discuss an important matter. His father questions whether it justifies sneaking in. Leon begins to explain, but his father interrupts, asking if he wants him to scold his other son. Aware that his own status might be affected, Leon admits it is partly the reason. When pressed for the real motive, he explains that he came to protect what matters to him. His father asks if that means Alice. Leon confirms and adds that there is another person as well. When offered the option of becoming heir to ensure their protection, Leon immediately rejects it. He explains that Caroline fears him because he could threaten her son's position, but he has no interest in the Grancher name. His father asks whether he prefers a guarantee of freedom over heirship. Leon confirms and adds that Alice's safety is paramount. His father agrees, acknowledging that it is achievable and admits he had expected him to be more ambitious. Leon explains that status is unnecessary for happiness. Being with those who matter is enough. He adds that he includes his father and family in that circle and bears no resentment. His father replies that, as a family, they should try to understand one another. He also notes that Caroline likely has her own circumstances and promises to speak with her. Satisfied, Leon leaves. Alice is stunned by everything Leon has done for her. He explains that he never cared about becoming Count, and if securing her safety requires this, it is a fair exchange, Alice reminds him that he had other options, such as rescuing Millie, and feels a twinge of guilt. Leon reassures her that it is fine, she was the most urgent concern. Lost in thought, he reflects on the situation. Alice confesses that she wanted him to say all of this because she is the most important person to him. Leon is taken aback. She laughs and calls it a joke, prompting him to scold her for teasing him. She promises not to make any more embarrassing jokes he might take seriously. Then she adds that everything she said earlier reflected her true feelings. Leon accepts this calmly, noting that given the circumstances, they are likely safe just waiting for a response, though their main concern remains Claire's marriage. Alice mentions that Claire recently attended a marriage meeting. Leon recalls it was held at a grand gathering, worthy of being called a ball. He notes that the man's appearance and demeanor were decent, leaving her no reason to refuse him, though she grumbled quietly when it was time to leave. Alice suggests that the only way to prevent Claire's political marriage would be for him to become head of the family first. Leon admits that this is impossible. With less than a year until Claire's wedding, attempting to claim heirship now would serve no purpose. He considers how delicate the situation has become. Claire is being married off for the sake of the Granchies family's interests, but he realizes that if he can offer a deal more valuable than their gain, he might secure her freedom. He decides to act for everyone's sake. Alice, bound by her slave contract, Sophia, to whom he is engaged, Millie, who is banished, and Claire, whose unwanted marriage is approaching. There is much he needs to do. He hears from Claire that Millie is living peacefully in her hometown. Sophia is a matter for the future. That means his first priority is to stop Claire's political marriage.
Here I am, know it's been a while.